feeling it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate.
You always used to talk about L.A. I heard you got as far as Santa Fe. Well, you know I tried to track you down. I only got as far as Guitar Town. Singing about a girl I used to know. Used to know. Used to know that I haven't given up. I'm just on your radio. Chasing you like a shot of whiskey. Burning, going down, burning, going down, chasing you like those goodbye taillights, headed west to anywhere out of this nowhere town.
Morning, Melbourne. I'm your host, Cody Queen. Welcome back on this, what is it, Thursday? December 7th. 2023, episode 22. Thank you guys for stopping by. We are presented by Easy Sliders. If you need a sliding glass door repair or just a cleaning, go out there, text these guys 506-6367, 321, the area code. Obviously, they're local people. They're from here. They are family owned. And if you have another quote, they'll beat it by a 6-pack or a bottle of wine. That's, about like $10 is what they do it by. So we had Ben on today, and we're going to play that in a minute. I want to thank you for Meat Eater. Also, game I just got sent in the mail and everything like that. Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you, Ethan, for sending that to me. He's the man. Love the game. I'll definitely want to play it with. We have game nights here, so it's going to be very fun with that. I am your host, Cody Queen. I am former lead NFL analyst of Southeast Georgia out of ESPN Radio. I'm doing a little bit more unprofessional now, going to the internet. I talk completely different almost on the radio. I go a little more, here we go. Let's go radio voice. Morning, Melbourne. We're presented by Easy Sliders. If you need a cleaning or sliding glass door repair, please call or text 321-506-6367 to set up a quote. I am your host, Cody Queen. I'm just playing. I'm not going like that. That's exactly how you do like radio voice. I don't do that anymore. I can. But thank you for guys. You get tuning into the show every week. We're going to go over weather right now. Weather. It's cold out. Told y'all it's going to be cold. Told everyone it's going to be cold. Looks like it's going to be snow's going to be hitting up north. So I know we got a bunch of displaced New Yorkers down here, or misplaced, or misplaced, or just left New York and came back. You guys are a part of Florida now. One of my best friends, I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, in Sherwood Park. He was from New York, but he grew up down here, and it was amazing to have both sides and always know where the good pizza places are and everything. So the whole rest of the Northeast and the Northwest is going to get pretty cold. But right now, as we speak, it's still 57 degrees here in Melbourne, Florida, and it's going to go up to about 68 around noon, and maybe getting to 70. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than 70, maybe 71, 72 out there around like 3 o'clock. And then plunge back down once the sun goes back down around 6 o'clock, 6:30. Back below, it's only going to be in the 70s for a little bit, for like an hour or two. This will go back down to the 60s, back down to a low of 57 tonight, or a low of 68 tonight, or 62 tonight. Low of 62 tonight, and then low of 68 tomorrow, Friday night. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow. It's going to be not as cold. So that means the mosquitoes are probably going to come back. So everybody get ready for that. And Sunday will be rainy, 82. So they'll definitely be cold. But hopefully that makes that water nice and super cold on overnight on Sunday, because it'll be a high 55, be a low 55 on Sunday night. And Monday, it's going to be a high 63 and low of 58 to get your week started. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to have some scattered thunderstorms, and you're going to be about in the mid 70s and down into the upper 60s for the lows. Also, we're going to get into traffic. Traffic's looking clear pretty much all over besides next to the middle schools as usual. So Johnson Middle School, all the other middle schools around the area, looks like it's going to be a little bit of traffic. But besides that, getting on the A1A from the Causeway, from Pineda Causeway, it's going to be just a little bit of struggle, but not too much. Downtown Coco's just got a little bit of buildup going going south on Cocoa Boulevard. But besides that, it's looking pretty clear. 95 is looking clear through the whole county. It's only a little bit of traffic as usual near Palm Bay Road, right next to Palm Bay Road, and right next to that Publix and the Chili's and the Wendy's and all that. So right there in that corner, the last pretty much big intersection you get to before you go to 95. It's about the halfway marker. So it's on Babcock. Everybody knows Babcock, so it can get a little wonky. And not 192, it looks like there is a buildup in the usual spot going towards the beach on New Haven, right past Hollywood Boulevard, right next to what is that right there? That's oh yeah, over near Kiki's and Once Upon a Child over there in the mattress firm. So right across from BJ's and the mall, it's a little bit backed up in there. Maybe people trying to get into the businesses to go to work. So besides that, that is what we got going on. It is a nice hat. I told them earlier that I got it from my friends up in North Carolina, Ethan and Katie Ross. Thank you guys for the meat eater hat and the game. I got it yesterday, so I'm not even played it yet. We have game nights like weekly, so we're definitely going to use that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. But guys, we're going to go to Ben Trooooouuuupe real quick, and he talks for a long time as usual. He's one of my old friends, one of my good friends, one of my best friends, and he loves just talking to me about sports and everything. And I feel like on this show we really see his full self. I'm like, hey man, a friend's interviewing him, so it's pretty fun to see how he acts on different shows and how he acts on this one. He acts like a complete, normal. He acts completely normal. So, all right, guys, we're gonna have Ben Trooooouuuupe on right now. After this break, but I want to thank Easy Sliders for sponsoring the show. 321-506-6367, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Rubinsky. I'm with Portfolio Homes Construction, the Chaos Coordinator, and today we're at the Meet the Builder and Team event at our brand new home we just finished here in Palm Bay, Florida. Come on in and let's go take a look. Interested in custom home building, general contracting work, remodeling, or hardscaping your backyard, give us a call. We're the right team for any job.
Or sliding glass door repair, call or text 321-506-6367 to set up a quote. If you got another quote for someone else, they got the $10 guarantee or the 6-pack guarantee or a bottle of wine guarantee for your woman. Go out there and check them out. They'll beat that quote by $10 or a 6-pack. I am your host, Cody Queen. Follow me at Cody_Queenie on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and follow and share us here on Morning Melbourne on Facebook. All right, we got one of my great friends coming in next. We had a show yesterday, and I had nothing but comments about FSU should get in, FSU shouldn't get in. Well, we have a former Florida Gator great 84 Reasons podcast he has out, Ben Trooooouuuupe. Welcome to the podcast there, big dog.
Man, it's always good being on with you, Cody. And I heard you talk about them boys from the Panhandle. I know they pissed off right now, as they should be, But should is a very, very subjective word. Should they have gotten in? Are they most deserving? Yes. Are they one of the 4 best teams? No. And this is the easy way to do this. Could Florida State beat Washington right now? No. Could Florida State beat Michigan right now? No. Could Florida State beat Alabama right now? No. Could Florida State beat Georgia right now? No. Could Florida State, beat Ohio State right now? Now is Florida State a top 10 team? Yes. Is Florida State undefeated? Yes. But this is the 2 things that hurt Florida State. No Jordan Travis, and Clemson ain't that good. See, when Clemson was really, really good, they had Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best players in the nation. They had Trevor Lawrence, one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best players in the nation. Jordan Travis get hurt the next to the last game, right before the Florida game. And I said, it don't matter what they do against Florida. It don't matter what they do against Louisville. Their best play from scrimmage was a direct snap to the running back who took about 70 yards down the side. What hurt Florida State the most is TCU. When you put teams in there because they're, quote, most deserving and they get the doors blown off them in the natural. Come on, Cody. No one wants to see blowouts and natties. You want to see good college football playoffs. It's cool, but in the natty. And look, listen, shout out to that Deloach boy, you know what I'm saying, wearing that number 4 on his chest. I mean, that Savannah, Georgia, coastal Georgia boy. Listen, Deloach, I know your dad. I know your brother. Never met your sister, come from a great family. It is unfair, but I give you this. 2004 Auburn Tigers went undefeated in the SEC, didn't lose the game. They had, I don't know if you ever heard of Jason Campbell, first-round draft pick to the then watch the Redskins. Carlos Rogers, a top 10 draft pick to those same Washington Redskins. Ronnie Brown, number 2 overall pick to the Miami Dolphins, and Cadillac Williams, number 5 overall pick to the to Tampa Bay Bucks. They didn't go. You had 4 first-round picks, and you didn't make the national championship. I'm not saying it's unfair. I mean, I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it happens. Never, ever in life would I ever think that the brand known as Florida State would get left out of the college football playoff because even after undefeated. But here's the thought, though. Jalen Milroe, beast at quarterback. Michael Penix Jr. Washington, Heisman Trophy finalist. The McCarthy kid, at Michigan, he's a good player. And obviously you got Ewers at Texas. Florida State was down to their 3rd string quarterback. And look, I get it. It's just one of those years. But I will say this. I appreciate the Alabama Crimson Tide. I don't like them. I appreciate them because they shut down the 3P. I'm a Georgia native. I cannot stand Georgia. I repeat, I cannot stand them, and I didn't want them to make it back to the national championship. So when they lost, I said, it's over. Y'all think Florida State fans pissed? No, Georgia fans are pissed. They've lost one game in 2 years. And that one game, everybody college football playoff. Shout out to Alabama for getting it done. Shout out for them. Shout out for them boys from Alabama. And listen, David Pollack, the great David Pollack, 3-time first.
Dude, did he get fired?
No, he got fired from ESPN. But he said this
after talking smack to Saban.
David Pollack is one of the greatest players to ever come through college football. Definitely one of the most decorated, if not the most decorated player to ever come through the SEC. Defensive player to come to the SEC.
If it would have been for that injury at Cincy,
3-time first team All-American. This boy said. This man said. Kirby Smart is obviously a better coach right now than Nick Saban. No, he said clearly. David Pollack, let me help you understand something. Everybody goes through a run. Clemson had a run.
I met Pollack.
LSU had a nice year. Ohio State had a run, right? Georgia just came off their run. Guess what Georgia, LSU, Texas right now, even Ohio State and Clemson had to do? They had to play Alabama. All those teams, all of them had to play Alabama. Here's the thought. 2019 LSU did beat Alabama. Last year, LSU beat Alabama. This year, nobody beat Alabama in the SEC, and Texas beat them out. Texas beat them, they got beat at home by Texas. If you can't, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep. If you cannot beat Alabama, you can't win it. I didn't say Georgia. I didn't say Clemson. I didn't say LSU. I didn't say Texas. I didn't say Oklahoma. If you cannot beat them boys, you don't believe me? The only team in the SEC championship to ever beat Alabama is Florida. Georgia has never beat Alabama in the SEC championship. Never. Listen to me. Never beat. Oh, and I know you said, but they beat Alabama in the national championship. Yeah, Alabama. Both of Alabama's starting receivers was hurt. Both of them, because when both of their receivers was held in the SEC championship game, they got smashed. Anyway.
Yeah, Minchie, right?
Yeah, Minchie. And the kid, the Jameson kid that went first round up there to the Lions, but Florida State.
Yeah, the Lions, yeah.
Yeah, but Florida State, listen. The Florida Gator in me was kind of laughing a little bit, but the competitor, the competitor in me says it is. Listen, it's effed up what happened to y'all. It is, and you should be pissed off. But here's the thing: don't be pissed off that you got left out. Be pissed off at your conference. Because listen, you know what hurts you? North Carolina, they ain't that good. Miami, they still trying to figure it out. Clemson lost to Duke and all these other teams. See, when you ain't got no help,
you played Louisville in your championship game.
The one thing the SEC
no Lamar Louisville too.
Yeah. Listen, y'all won 16-6 against a depleted Louisville team that scratched a claw. Now here's one thing: what if you would have played North Carolina? What if you would have played Clemson? Or Miami, when you get non-big brand teams playing in the championship games, it hurts. People like Louisville. It does. Only thing Louisville got is Churchill down. That's what they do to freaking Kentucky there. I mean, I'm for real like that. Outside of that, but it is messed up that they didn't make it in. But I do think the college football playoff committee, I do think they got it right though. I know people don't like it. But I agree. They did. I mean, because you got three. I mean, you got three. You got two undefeated teams, but everybody won them championship games. You got the Big 12 champ, the Pac-12 champ, the ACC. I mean, the SEC champ and the Big 10 champ. So you did get that right. But the wild card in this college football playoff, it ain't Alabama, it ain't Texas. It's Washington. If you have not seen Michael Penix Jr. play football, might want to watch that out. Listen, transferred in. It's something about these transfer guys, huh? Ewers, he was at Ohio State. He came back to the state of Texas. I mean, Michael Penix transferred in, right? All I'm saying is, while Alabama is the most dangerous because no one saw them, getting in the way they did, the most complete team, it might be Washington. I'm telling you, you just got to watch it play. I'm looking forward to the college football playoff, but when Michigan saw who they was playing, they kind of gasped for air. They was like, and the number 4 team is Alabama. They were,
look at this kid.
Because listen, man, listen, look at that. Look at that. 4,218.
4,200 yards.
33 touchdowns, 9 picks. Oh, but I want to show you something. Look at where he's from. Look at what state he's from. I be telling people all the time.
Tampa.
Listen, the state of Florida is going to have somebody on every roster in college football. Everyone. FBS, FCS, Division II, NAIA, Ivy League, HBCU. That young man is coming for it all. And hey, man, I'm rooting for him. I really, really am rooting for him.
Look at the year before, 4,600 yards.
He's a great.
I talked about him yesterday on the show, and him and Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix a lot.
I like Bo Nix.
I'm like this Penix kid, him being in the playoffs. Watch them beat Texas. I bet you they're a good freaking football team.
Bo Nix did a lot for his NFL career by going out there with following Dan Lanning, former defensive coordinator for the Georgia Bulldogs.
He's been doing a lot. Even from beating Bama in the clutch situation to what he's doing now, he's handled his college career. The best you can do, right?
On his resume, got a chance to play in the Pac-12 championship 2 years in a row. Yes, he lost to Utah. Yes, he lost to UW. But listen, won the Iron Bowl, so played in the SEC for 2 years. Went out there to the Pac-12 and did his thing. Dan Lanning knows that Dan Lanning gets to talk trash about playing Colorado, talking about they want clicks and we won't win. Well, you're trying to get clicks right now, Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
But that's another another conversation for another day. But I do think they got it right. The College Football Playoff Committee, what helped them out was, you had 2 undefeateds in Michigan and Washington. So that helped.
Yeah.
And then
that was easy. Yeah.
There was no way. And what helped Texas and Alabama was they both won their conference championship games, even though Texas beat Alabama head-to-head at home. And you know who's smiling right now? That would be A1 Greg Sankey, commissioner of the SEC. You know why?
Sankey, yeah.
Because Texas is coming to the SEC next year. So whatever Texas do this year, they're going to claim it for the
And
SEC.
they were talking smack about Texas. I live with a Bama fan. She's like, oh, they don't deserve to be in ever. Da-da-da. And then they beat Bama this year, and now they're in. And then I told her, I was like, whenever they got picked, because we were watching it, I looked at her. I was like, don't deserve to get in, huh? She's like, yeah.
Listen to these brands, man. Michigan. You know who Michigan sponsored by? Jumpman. Jordan.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen, UW,
the GOAT went there.
UW is sponsored by Nike. Obviously, Texas is sponsored by Nike, right? And then when you start talking about, listen, it's the biggest brand in college football is Alabama. You don't got to like it.
Oh, yeah.
Texas is a huge brand. Huge. Think about this. Who runs the state of Alabama? University of Alabama. Who runs the state of Texas? That would be UT, University of Texas, right? I don't know who runs the state of Washington. It could be UW. I don't know. It could be that, right? And
I'm looking it up right now.
and you know how big Michigan is. You know how big it is. You know why I say that? There's a reason why I say that Alabama don't got no protein. Yeah, that's by design, right? I know you got Seattle out there in Washington.
Oh yeah, they don't want no pro team there, not at all.
You got the Seahawks out there in Washington, but I'm telling you, college football has the best programming and games during the regular season than any other sport. The NFL can't deal with them because they got too many teams that just slot fillers. And let me tell you what UW just did. They make it so that you got to watch football way out there on the West Coast. Now, most people have never seen UW their colors kind of look like LSU, except it's like a darker purple kind of, and it's more like a real gold. But I'm looking forward to the college football playoff. Oh, but Florida State. I know y'all got all this stuff talking about y'all gonna be the people's champ. Y'all gonna get the hell beat out of y'all when y'all play Georgia. When Georgia plays y'all, in the Orange Bowl, it is going to get.
I was telling anybody, okay, say Florida State got the 4th spot. Let's just say that. All right, so they play Michigan. They'd get the shit kicked out of them against Michigan. It'd be a blowout.
It was going to be bad because Jordan Travis has meant more to Florida State than people give him credit for. The young man who, was trying to figure out what position he was going to play to then battle to become the starter. You see, he's the reason why a lot of those guys came back in 2023. Yes. I hate to see what happens. The competitor me hate to see what happens to him, when he tore up his knee or his foot or whatever that was. And they say his football career might be over. They say he might just have to go in the coaching. We'll see what happens with that. But if you're a Florida State fans, you're supposed to be disappointed. Mike Norvell, what he was able to do, undefeated seasons do not come easily. It is something to be celebrated. No. If you are Georgia, listen, Georgia is that what is it? The immovable force or what? Something object, whatever they call it. Georgia knew this. No matter what we do, we in Alabama. No matter what we do, trying to break streaks, go back to back. Alabama say, "Hey man, welcome to the party. We ain't new to this. We true to this, right?"
Yep.
But when they lost, when the clock struck 0, and they was 3 points short, Kirby Smart already knew it's a wrap. See, what hurts the SEC is undefeated teams in other conferences that with big brands. 2 things they got to have: big brand, big name quarterback. UW ain't the brand; they got the quarterback. Michigan is the brand, and Texas is both. Texas brand and quarterback. So, hey, it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to the college football play. I'm just happy at the fact that the Georgia Bulldogs. And for those people who be thinking, hey, you better appreciate these undefeated seasons. You know why? Because next year I think they're going to do a 12-team playoff. Listen, when Texas and Oklahoma come to the SEC, the days of undefeated seasons are over with. I don't think you can have them on undefeated season. But but now you're saying what conference can put the most teams in the college football playoff? I think Greg Sankey, commissioner of the SEC, said I could put 6 in there. I could get
you could.
Kids, right? I can. And to those people that kept saying if Florida State beats Louisville, that means that this is going to be the first year you're not going to have an SEC champion in the college football play. What is wrong with y'all? Like, that's not even allowed. I don't care who is.
Nope.
If the SEC champion,
there'll be riots in the street.
Playoff. The Big 12 champion don't matter. The Big 10 champion don't matter. The ACC champion don't matter. The Pac. What? Stop playing. Stop. I said, if the SEC champion don't make it to the college football playoff, there ain't gonna be no playoff this year. It just ain't gonna be one. So, but I was right. I don't know what those people just want clicks though, man. Oh my God, they just want clicks. But Florida State, I'm sorry. Wish it wouldn't have happened to y'all. It did.
It did, though.
It did.
Hey, 2 good days to be Florida Gator fan. Georgia's out, FSU's out, and they're all crying about it. Love seeing it. All right, we're going to do a bowl schedule. I'll tell people about you telling me about the bowls. You used to love going to, the players love going to bowl games. It's a very big incentive to be good during the season, even if you don't make it all the way. Obviously, only 4 teams get it. To be good enough to get into bowl games, it helps with recruiting quite a bit. You get a bunch of cool stuff. What bowl games did you play in?
I played in my freshman year. I played in the Sugar Bowl. My sophomore year, I played in the Orange Bowl. And my junior and senior, I played in the Outback Bowls, back-to-back years.
Oh, how was the Outback Bowl?
Man. I mean, I will say this: it's bigger than the bowl game. The bigger the bowl game, the more per diem you get. Because you get money. Because when we went to the Sugar Bowl, I think they gave us every 2 days we got $250 or something like that. Something like that. I just remember blowing that money real fast. When you got there, and they give it to you in cash.
Oh yeah,
they don't give it to you check. They give it to you in cash. But now that's the Sugar Bowl. We played Miami, and it didn't get good. It didn't get good. It wasn't good for us. With that Miami, that's when Miami was Miami. My sophomore year, I went to the Orange Bowl. We played the Maryland Terrapins. I think they won the ACC that year. They had a linebacker named E.J. Henderson. What was great about that was our charter plane didn't fly down to Miami. So if you were close enough, they gave us, the bowl game used to be right after Christmas. It ain't like it is now when so you get to go. So they give you mileage money to go home. So if you live close enough to drive, they'll equate how much money they give you as far as how. So I graduated high school from Augusta. So from Gainesville to Augusta, they gave me that to get there and back. Plus, Coach Spurrier said he's giving every last player $500 to get from where they live to Miami. So that year, man, I mean, I'm going home for Christmas. I mean, this is what I did. Full transfer.
Making you a baller.
Well, this is what I did. I used to get $2,000. I went from $1,500 to $1,750 each semester for Pell Grant. So I got Pell Grant.
Oh yeah.
Now my first year, I blew that money. Good God! But my sophomore year, I only spent about $900. So I still had almost $1,000 for my Pell Grant. Plus I got the $500. Plus I got the $500 to get to Miami. Plus I got my mileage money to get home for Christmas. So I'm going home for Christmas with about 2 bands. So I was able to get Christmas gifts. But that's before we get to Miami now. When we get to Miami,
you felt like a real adult, right?
It was giving us $300 every 2 days. When we was in, I met man, he rest in peace. DMX was staying at our freaking our hotel. We out there just chilling
where my dogs at?
Full transparent. We was out there just talking to some females, man, just trying to act like we something we not. And DMX walked by.
We cool.
DMX walks by, and I'm like, yo, that's you DMX, right? And he just sat there and talked to us for an hour. Mind you, I'm thinking
starts
DMX
barking out of nowhere.
I'm thinking DMX gonna be about 6'2", 6'3", about 200. Man, DMX 5'6".
Yeah, rest in peace, D.
Yeah, but he was really, really down to earth, man. Really, really cool. And the Outback Bowl was cool. Well, the Outback Bowl was cool because it's right down there in Tampa. We got to go to Ybor City or whatever. The one thing I didn't like about the Outback Bowl my senior year was it was a 3-way tie for the SEC East. Us, Georgia, Tennessee all tied in the East.
Yep.
We could have, and Ron Zook, head coach, decided where we went. It was either between the Outback Bowl or the freaking Chick-fil-A Peach. He chose Outback. Bro, we could have went to Atlanta.
Yeah, you could have Atlanta. Yeah.
But I will say,
Damn.
I was 1-3 in bowl games. I lost freshman year, lost my junior, senior year.
Yeah.
But it was an experience. The one thing I took away from the bowl game the most was, I got a chance to do go to the St. Jude's Hospital and Ronald McDonald houses.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on during the week. It's a lot of stuff going on. Got to go to New Orleans for the first time. Spend a week up there. We trained at the Saints facility. That's what we trained at during the week. It was fun for me because what I'm doing now, as far as like service work and working with these young men and my nonprofit, that stuff got birthed at Florida, but it got cemented with the bowl games because full transparency, I didn't play that much as a freshman, so I get to really enjoy the bowl game. I didn't play that much as a sophomore. My junior year, I became a true backup, but then my senior year, you walk into the bowl game, right? And we don't do a lot of stuff. We played Iowa, and we didn't do a lot of stuff. They had Robert Gallery, who was like the number 2 overall pick, the big left tackle. They had what's that? Bob Sanders, hard hitting safety that won defensive player.
Oh yeah.
When we walk into the luncheon, right? What was dope? They put 2 billboards. They took these 2 gigantic pictures of 2 players from Iowa, 2 players from Florida. I was one of the players up on the thing. It was me and Keywan Ratliff, and I just remember walking in.
Oh, Keywan, yeah.
And mind you, we have nothing to do with who they select. It's dope because the hardest thing about college football that people don't seem to understand is 6 wins, 6 games. It's harder than people give it credit for. And I just know that I was blessed to win an SEC championship my freshman year, go to the Sugar Bowl, go to the Orange Bowl, go to Outback Bowls. Looking back on it, I ain't never really, I don't get sick that much, knock on wood. I don't never really get sick. I was sick as a dog my senior year. In the bowl game, I don't know if I had the flu or we went to Ybor City. And we there, and I'm over there laying down on like a couch or something. I am done. And these cameramen, because camera people that follow everywhere, these camera people tried to come up to me and ask me some questions, and Ron Zook went off. He told them camera people, if I even catch if that footage airs, if that footage comes out of you trying to enter, because it's clickbait. Oh, Ben Trooooouuuupe's hurt, whatever. What I'm saying? Check this out. I'm in the bowl game. This was to let y'all know I care nothing about individual accolades. I'll take it, but I didn't play for that stuff. I'm in the bowl game. I'm sick as a dog. We running these plays, trying to do this, trying to do that. So all of a sudden, Ron Zook says, you know what? You're going to be the first team All-American that's not going to play in the bowl game. I said, I'm a first team All-American? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, wait, because I don't know this stuff. I was up for the John Mackey Award, didn't know who John Mackey was when I was. So I would say this to the people that want to opt out of bowl game. This is what I would say. You played in all these games. This going to be your last time playing with your brothers, meaning a lot of them ain't going. The most humbling thing ever happened was after my senior year, we're at the hotel downtown Tampa. And I think it might have been at the West End or something. And the strength coach, Rob Glass, the great Rob Glass. Rob Glass, for those of you who don't know, went to Oklahoma State, and he coached 2 Heisman. One of them was Tim Tebow, and the other one was Barry Sanders. Stop playing with him. He was handing out invites to the combine.
He's at Oklahoma State now.
Yeah. He went to Oklahoma State, like as a.
Dude, he was jacked back in the day.
Oh yeah, I've never seen Rob Glass sweat. That joker used to coach in Florida. He used to wear long.
No way.
He wore a long sleeve blue shirt. He was.
I got one right here for you. Yep. Let's see.
He never sweat. Rob Glass, the man.
Yeah.
That's him. That's him.
Yep.
And
That's
listen,
him.
this is one of the greatest strength coaches ever is right there, Rob Glass.
Yep.
When his sons was young boys when he was at Florida, them boys grown men now, man. Grown men.
Look. Now he's wearing long sleeves, but with this.
Oh, you're
Nice,
right.
right?
He coached. Listen, he coached Barry Sanders.
That's a.
He coached Tim Tebow.
Oh yeah.
He coached Barry Sanders, Tim Tebow, and Danny Warfel. 3 Heisman.
Oh really?
Yeah. Sorry. So, but it's funny.
Hey, he was the first $1 million strength coach. Just to let you know that.
He should have been. He worth more than that.
Yep.
I
He
mean,
is. He got paid in 2022. Oklahoma State. Football strength coach Rob Glass eclipsed $1 million per year in salary. He says he's worth every penny.
Ron Zook. This is when you know you've made it in college. This is when you know you've made it. Ron Zook, right? He's a strength coach, so you go in there and work out. When you're a freshman, you a pup. They give you your workout stuff. They got all these stations. You at the one way down there because you just got there. So then you become a sophomore. You get a little closer to him because he's in there. He's working out a group. You're just not that group yet. So your sophomore year, you get a little close. You see the people that was down there, like, dang, I remember when I was way down on the other end. You know what I'm saying? Junior year.
Now look at me now.
Listen, junior year, you're real close to him. You're like, dang, there go Rob Glass right there. Right? Then your senior year, you with his group. Let me help you understand something. With Rob Glass, when you're not in his group, you got to look at your card. And this card, a workout card, it looks like a freaking. It looks like a list. It looks like a grocery list for a mom that has 10 kids. It is.
It's like Santa's list or whatever.
Yeah. But he never looks at it because he writes it. He just sticks in his. Let's go. Let me tell you something. My biggest regret in college, I can say this right now. My biggest regret in college is when I was getting ready for the draft. I went to New Orleans. I should have stayed right there in Gainesville and trained with Rob. So Rob Glass, if you are listening, I want to say, man, I apologize to you because listen, when I first got to college, I could not bench 225 pounds. Me. Because I didn't really lift. By the time I left college, right? By the time I left, I'm at 375, 385. This is coming from not being able to lift 225. Listen to me. When you go to college, it's a mentality you got to adapt. By the time I left, I had earned the respect of Rob Glass. You want to earn the respect of your head coach. You want to earn the respect of your strength coach. You want to earn the respect of your position coach. And you want to earn, and I earned that stuff. And to me, so Rob Glass, man, I apologize because he's the greatest, man. And that's taking nothing away from all these other coaches. He is the freaking greatest because he understood us. He know how hard to push you. He knew when to push you. And listen, and if you want to smoke, what's up? If you don't like what I said to you, don't hold it. You want to swing.
Nice.
This is what he would do. We used to have this thing called a 12-minute run. How we got ready for it. We used to literally run around campus. Think about this. You see all these football players just running down the street, all around campus. If you miss, you had 100 to 300 floors on the Stairmaster. You know how you know you did them all? Rob Glass stood right there behind you. And if you stop, he'll push you right back up. Next. To this day, I never had to do floors. I never missed. I ain't want to deal with that. But we had these things called leg extensions. Like leg press. When you walk in, right? You walk in, this is what you hear. You hear this. You can hear the part of the weight room, but you could hear him, but you couldn't see him. Then when you walk in the weight room, the guys are laying on the floor, like you realize. Listen. They will say 4 words to you: get your mind right. What? Get your mind right. And now, when you a freshman, you don't know what that means. Just imagine your leg press. The most you ever leg press was 500. Guess what? That's gonna be your first set. You got
Yep.
They call it 6 sets of 6. Oh, how far down you got to go? Rob Glass will take his hand and he will stick it behind your leg. You have to touch his hand. You have to touch his hand and push. Touch his hand. Listen, and look. When people say, I want to go D1, no, you don't. You want what comes with going with D1. Oh, here's another thing. Just say you want to go home on the weekend. It's the off season. You want to go home.
Yeah.
They got this thing called listen. They got this thing called towel. They got this thing called towel. They call them towel crunches. You jump up on the bar. You hanging up on the bar. Rob Glass and them they got a towel and they pull it out real tight and they pull it out for resistance. You got to take both of your legs, push them up on the towel, and they'll pull your legs back down. You had 2 sets of 50. 2.
Damn.
So, and all I'm saying is, and we had this thing called tap taps. At a certain part of Florida Stadium, it goes straight up. It goes straight up. So they'll put you in the you had listen. You had to sprint to the top. And how you know? Listen, and you had to touch the top step, and you had to touch the top of the stadium. If you didn't touch, the strength coach yells out, "That didn't count for everybody." Your legs hurt so bad at the end that they be shaking, and you can't stop. It's like getting out of a cold tub and your legs is shaking. People, listen to me. When you become a beast at these colleges, strength coaches. It ain't the head coach.
Yep.
It ain't the position coach. It ain't your mentality. That strength coach says the last thing they're gonna have to question is your physical ability and your condition. Because a lot of players you play, hey man, why don't he play? He missed his times. What? And when we practice for the 12-minute run, when we actually do the 12-minute run, that's 6.5 times around on the track. Guess who shows up? Ron Zook, Steve Spurrier. They standing right there.
I'm gonna watch you.
So now they don't got to see who didn't miss. Put on your best front when the boss is there. Because if you miss, coach gonna say, "Hey man, all this training you've been doing and you still ain't coming." All I'm telling y'all,
because football's about moments, right? It's about moments. Season of moments.
It's about memories, but it's about starring in your role until you get a star role. Star in the role you got, whatever your role is. And sometimes that could be motivation, that could be being a great teammate, providing great energy, great enthusiasm, waving that towel, being one of the juice boys on the sideline. But guess what? At college, we had a Snickers team. Remember that commercial? Not doing anything for a while, not going anywhere for a while, grab a Snickers. Hey, sometimes you ain't gonna go off that sideline. You got the best in the house, but
it is the best.
Nobody owes you anything in college, man. It's like this. Listen, I know for a fact, just because you 6'4", 6'5", 250, 255, 260, 275, you got 4% body fat. You know, if you can't do what they tell you to do, you ain't playing. I don't. So when people say that coach don't like me, yes, the hell he does like you. He recruited you. You didn't do your part.
Gave you a spot. Yeah.
Cody, ex-military. Cody, how many people started off a training camp with you that didn't finish?
A few.
You know, and mind you, at a certain
they do push them through though, but there's a few. Yeah.
Listen, my brother would say, at a certain point, your drill instructor gonna yell so much when them lights go out. They'll be like, "Hey, bro, you better get it together. If I gotta do one more push,
dude, you best get your shit together, fool. I'm
tired
of running, dude."
Let me tell you something. Listen, my brother said I've seen dudes sitting there, child. They got marks all over their face, and when the driller started to say, "What happened to you?" He like this, "Nothing, sir. I just failed.
Nothing happened."
Did somebody put their hands on you? No, sir. Ain't nobody touch me.
Guess what? I tripped into my locker.
Listen. He said, my brother say though, he said the one that did something to him though, he the one that stopped chewing. The one that stopped chewing when he asked who did something. He said, but they ain't gonna say. He said, but those gonna be the dudes. He said, because when you get deployed, that's who you want getting off that plane with you. That cat that almost in, because he get it. Because guess what he say? I ain't going home. What? I am not going back home.
Nope.
The only way my brother would tell. Listen, y'all servicemen.
I talked to your brother.
Y'all built different. That's what. Listen, if you ever had a guy,
boy, your brother came up in the studio all jacked. I was like, damn, dude, you're a different kind of military man than me.
People go, why? I saw Cody out and about, man. I said something to him. I ain't even ruffle his feathers because Cody go, boy, you know what I've done in my lifetime. You know what I would do. The only reason why I don't do nothing to you because he's a newly married man, so he got a missus, and he got 2 little ones. That's the only thing saved. If Cody was a single man, no kids, we're gonna see him on the news. Somebody got wrecked.
I never would have got out the military. Dude, I would have stayed forever overseas. I would have just stayed. We got to go back home. Why? I ain't got nobody home back home. I was like, here. Like, there's no way I'm not coming home.
Well, no, Cody would have continued to be raising hell overseas, saying, yeah, I do it in the States. I do it overseas. I got plenty of stamps on my passport, and they pay me to do this. I get paid.
That's what I'm saying. They get paid. Ain't gonna get insurance.
Hey, man,
so, all right, before I let you out of here, we got those 2 big games coming up, So, Michigan versus Alabama, Washington versus Texas. Let's do Washington versus Texas first. Who do you got on there?
Listen, Washington versus Texas is probably going to be the most intriguing game because of the matchup. I think Michael Penix Jr. is a guy that doesn't get. We just saw the stats: over 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 9 picks. He improvised. He's really, really good at improvising. Really, really good. Like, he's going to find a way to get that offense is dynamic. I think that Texas is the more complete team. I think it's been so long since Texas has been in this position. Quote, we're back. I think they are. Ewers and company got a shot. They already beat Alabama, on the road in the regular season. I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, but give me Texas by a field goal. I think it's going to be a thriller. I think it's going to be a back and forth affair. I think that Michael Penix is a slightly better quarterback than Ewers. I think that Texas is a slightly better overall team than UW. Better game that people are going to give it credit for, because most people don't know about UW. We live in a part of the country. It's all about SEC, ACC. We get that part. Michael Penix Jr. is a transfer, Indiana. Now he up there with UW. He gonna be in New York. He not gonna win the Heisman. He gonna be there. But give me them boys from Austin to get the dub.
Oh, John. All right. Well, I'm going against you. I'm going Washington.
Okay.
So the spread is 4.5 points for Texas. So you were pretty close from the field goal. You're a pretty good Vegas guy, just on top of your head. So that's not bad. I'm going to Washington, though. I'm going to Washington to win outright. I think it's going to be like a 1-point game. I think it's going to be a really good game. But I just think Washington's going to do it. And if Texas wins, I see that. All these top 4 teams. The only one that I see that's going to be some problems is just the bowl game below us, which is Georgia versus FSU. I think Georgia's going to freaking house them. I think they're going to house them.
Georgia going to wreck them. Georgia going to wreck them. It's going to be.
So I think they got the closer games for the top 4, which is nice. Which leads us goes on to. Well, wait, where are they playing? They're playing in Texas.
Are they? If
they are. Let me look it up.
I mean, Texas.
If they are, I'm picking Texas.
Texas can be on the freaking moon, and Texas fans going because they've been waiting so long for this. They've been waiting so long to get back to the national championship spotlight. So, but I'm gonna go with them boys from Texas. I think they're the more complete team.
Okay, where is the Sugar Bowl?
Oh, the Sugar Bowl is in New Orleans.
Sugar Bowl, right?
Sugar Bowl's in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be down south. Oh, I don't know. I might be. Oh, see? Hang on. Before we go on to the next one. All right, I'm going to take Texas. It's down south.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, they got to go all the way from Washington.
Location was going to benefit Texas unless it was in Cali. So, yeah, that's definitely benefit Texas.
Well, that's what they wanted. They wanted to go – I guess Washington wanted the Rose Bowl or something, which is where Michigan and Bama are playing. Right? Is Michigan and Bama playing Rose Bowl?
Are they in the Rose? I think it is. I think it is the Rose.
Versus Alabama. I think
it is the Rose.
I got you. Oh, yep, Rose Bowl. So that's California.
All I'm gonna say is this.
That's going to lead us on to Bama versus Michigan.
You got 2 iconic brands. Michigan is an iconic brand. Yes. I guarantee you, Tom, it's going to be a Tom Brady sighting. It's going to be a Charles Woodson sighting. Alabama. I mean, it's going to be star-studded. Depending on what's going on, depending on what's going on in the playoffs with some of these NFL guys, you might have a Tua on the sideline. You might have a Jerry Jeudy or Julio. There's too many guys to name.
Where are they playing? Let's see. Miami or the Dolphins, where are they playing? Let's see. Maybe he'll be there. Watch, he's playing like.
Well, it just depends on what's going on in the playoffs or what week that is. It might be the last week of the season.
Oh, the Dolphins are playing Monday night. That's right. So maybe he will be there.
Who knows? Yeah. Might have some. Look out for that airport. Might be a bunch of private jets over there. Ain't gonna be no ain't flying commercial. They got to pay a couple of dollars to come see this. But Michigan, undefeated, Harbaugh, I think he's
Good
beaten
team.
Ohio State the last 3 years in a row. It took him 6 years to get to these 3 wins, but he's finally getting it done. Didn't play, didn't coach. Had a lot of controversies where I was suspended the first couple of games of the year. Then got suspended 3 more games because they were stealing signals or whatever. Let me tell you something. When Michigan saw who they was playing, you see how they gasped for air like all the air was let out of the room? Because let me tell you something. The only people who want to play Alabama is people who know they're never going to play them. So when people say, we want Alabama, because they know they'll never play them. Alabama has went the road less traveled in the SEC, undefeated, by the way. That's undefeated against LSU, Auburn, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. And who has a better win on their resume than Alabama? Nobody. They beat the number 1 team in the country at a neutral field, you know what I'm saying, in perfect conditions, in the Mercedes-Benz.
They played 4 ranked teams, too.
In the ATL shout
Top 15.
Jalen Milroe. Jermaine Burton called a touchdown pass against his former team, Georgia, in the freaking SEC championship game. Talking trash to the bench. Michigan, just listen. You've seen this before. You don't want nothing to do with teams from the SEC. You know it. We know it. Now, I like your colors now. I like them colors. Yeah, I like the colors.
Yeah, that's
Guess
cool.
what? Give me Alabama.
I like the stripe. They got the Wolverine thing. It's pretty cool.
Because I want to see the rematch. Give me Alabama beating the Michigan board. Because the thing about Alabama, they play fast and physical. Michigan plays physical. They're not fast. They're not fast. Alabama is fast, physical, and tenacious. And I know Harbaugh he gets all this love about being the next great. In order to be great, you got to beat the great. And that would be Nick Saban. I don't see it happening. Nick Saban said the only people allowed to beat me is my former assistants, and the only former assistant allowed to beat me is Kirby Smart, and that has already happened. The only other coach that I let beat me was Dabo Swinney, and that's because he had Trevor Lawrence, right, and Deshaun Watson. McCarthy's good. He ain't Deshaun. He ain't Trevor. Give me Alabama to get that dub. And listen, to get that dub out there in the Coliseum, out there in Pasadena, Dina Love, for those of you who don't know, suburb of Los Angeles, Pasadena, California. Give me them boys that's gonna probably have on white jerseys because they love to wear the white tops. Jalen Milroe is a grown man. Okay, give me them Alabama Crimson Tide to set up that natty. Texas versus Alabama, the rematch for it all. Nick Saban going for number 8.
Ooh, I think Bama, obviously, but let's go into the stats. So like JJ, like Miller, freaking JJ McCarthy's 2,600 yards for passing. Milroe's got more than that already. He's 2,700 yards plus like 500 yards freaking rushing. When it comes to quarterback, I am giving it to Alabama. When it comes to running back, I'm still giving it to Bama again because you have what's his name? Yeah, McClellan, whatever. McClellan.
Yeah.
Kid's a beast. And so the RPO option that they've been using lately, in November at least, from what I've watched, has been killer with him. You hand it off and give it to him, you keep it and you go, or you keep it and you throw. There's 3 options right there. The RPO, Alabama's been murdering people with that. So saying all that, I'm thinking Bama's gonna. I think Bama's gonna win by 10 points. I think.
Listen, Bama is coming in poised.
Yeah.
Listen. This is where they're coming in. The 3 P's: poised, prepared, pissed. They coming, boy. See, the thing about Alabama is they are that consistent factor in college football. When Urban Meyer won the Natty, who he had to beat in the college football playoff? Alabama. When Clemson had to win national championship, who they had to beat? Alabama. When Georgia finally won their first national championship in 40 years, who they had to beat? Alabama. When Florida was winning national championship, who they? Alabama. Listen, Alabama is a problem. They've been a problem.
They got 3 rushers over 400 yards. Freaking Michigan only got 1. They're deeper too.
Current coaches with national champions. Current. Dabo Swinney got 2. Kirby Smart got 2. Nick Saban got 7. Nick Saban has more natties than the 2 active coaches combined. Stop. And I know Jimbo Fisher just got fired this year. You could have added his. He still got 2 left. He's the only coach I know. He said his biggest regret was leaving LSU while at Alabama. And his first national championship was in 2003. They lost 1 game that year. Who you think they lost to? Them boys from Gainesville. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
I'm a fan of college football for this reason. anything that can happen will happen. When we start talking about unpredictability, oh my freaking God. I mean, because it's all about matchups and health. Think about this. Matchups and who's healthy. That's why Florida State ain't there. Ain't it crazy? Florida State is not there because of the health that they start. So when people say, what is the significance of a quarterback? The college football player. That's why they're not
110%.
But
all right, Ben Trooooouuupe, 84 Reasons.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check him out. He's got a million other things going on. You're always great to be on. I know next week I'll be talking to you more most likely. I know we're going to definitely get on to once the NFL playoffs come.
Of course.
Sad times
this
going on with your Titans these days.
I got to go with my Titans just because. I mean, it ain't because they're like family. I got to pick them because we blood. It ain't because, But I'm going to be coming on with Cody, every week just because I got to keep my region of Florida like nice and saturated.
They love you in Central Florida. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shout to Central Florida. Shout out all them counties down there. There's too many counties to name, but I like North Florida. I like Central Florida. South Florida, y'all can have that. Y'all can have something.
I agree. We don't get along. All right, guys. Ben Trooooouuuupe.
Tampa, I don't know why the hell the University of South Florida is in Tampa. Tampa is a lot of things.
Dude, I never got that.
It might be West Florida. That. It's not South.
It is West Florida. It is West Florida. All right, Ben Trooooouuupe. Check him out. Yeah, see you, Ben.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, that's Ben Trooooouuupe. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Rubinsky. I'm with Portfolio Homes Construction, the Chaos Coordinator, and today we're at the Meet the Builder and Team event at our brand new home we just finished here in Palm Bay, Florida. Come on in and let's go take a look. Interested in custom home building, general contracting work, remodeling, or hardscaping your backyard, give us a call. We're the right team for any job.
Welcome back to Morning Melbourne. I am your host, Cody Queen. We're presented by Easy Sliders. If you need a clean or sliding glass door repair, please call or text 321-506-6367 to set up a quote. Thank you for Ben for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Show's over. We cut it down to about 9 to 10. Tomorrow's going to be an all local stuff. Besides, we're going to have one segment with Christian Gokel, who's going to talk on about, he writes for Clemson and a lot of the ACC stuff to voice the opinions of pretty much the Florida State fans and all that stuff, and maybe give a little reason. But we are also going to talk about all the events that's going to happen. We got Melbourne Light Parade that's going to happen. This weekend we are going to go out there and hang out and check out that, maybe broadcast live a little bit from there. But there's going to be lots of things going on this weekend. So tomorrow's going to be a full show of seeing what's going on. And and we already reported about the fair getting saved. I mean, from the light parade getting saved and everything like that. So we're going to talk about that again. And yes, Coco is going to state. So obviously we're going to talk about that tomorrow. That's going to be a full show. It's going to be fun. Make sure you guys check us out on Facebook, and make sure you check us out on Twitter and YouTube. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Morning Melbourne.